The church smelled of lilies and wax, the heavy perfume of grief. I sat in the front pew, black dress pressed and plain, my fingers clasped so tightly they ached. My chest was hollow, not just for the loss of my mother, but for the complicated love she'd given, always divided between her two daughters. She had adored my sister, the one who stole my light. And then the doors creaked open. She arrived late, like it was her grand entrance, not our mother's farewell. 6 years had passed since she stole my fiancé, but the wound had never closed. There he was at her side, the man I was meant to marry, his arm locked with hers. On her hand, the diamond glared, the same one that had once belonged to me. Heads turned. Whispers rippled. She didn't offer condolences, only a smirk. "Poor you," she said, voice loud enough to sting. Still alone at 38. I got the man, the money, and the mansion. I didn't flinch. I smiled. "Have you met my husband yet?" Silence. The room tilted. Every head turned. My sister blinked as I beckoned him forward. And when he stepped into view, her smirk broke, her face drained. My husband was Richard Hale, the man she once humiliated, discarded, and mocked. The man she believed had collapsed without her. Except Richard hadn't collapsed. He had risen higher, rebuilt his empire, and now his name carried more power than any diamond she could wave. He slipped his hand into mine and said evenly, "I believe we've met." The crowd gasped. My ex-fiancé stiffened beside her. She staggered, her crown of victory crumbling in an instant. 6 years earlier, she had stolen my future. I had walked in on them whispering in the kitchen, their betrayal sharper than any blade. 3 days later, he broke off the engagement. Weeks later, she was flaunting my ring. My mother had told me to endure it, that at least he was still in the family. I had left quietly, humiliated. But in silence, I rebuilt. And now, in front of everyone, the tables turned. Richard's presence alone shifted the air. He spoke calmly, not cruelly. "My wife is the only person who stood by me when I was at my lowest. Everything I've built since then is because of her." His words were a dagger wrapped in silk, cutting deeper than any public insult. The crowd leaned in, whispering her downfall. My sister's lips trembled. The diamond ring shook on her finger, no longer a prize but a chain. She had stolen my fiancé. But in the end, all she stole was her own future. Her husband's empire unraveled, debt and scandal dragging them into ruin. The mansion foreclosed, the jewels pawned, the whispers turned cruel. Friends abandoned her, family pitied her. And one evening, she appeared at my door, no diamonds, no pride, only hollow eyes. "Please," she whispered. "We've lost everything. He's leaving me. I don't know where else to go." For a moment, I saw the sister I once protected before betrayal reshaped her into a stranger. But I didn't step aside. "You chose to take what wasn't yours," I said softly. "And now you've learned the truth. Greed only leaves you empty." Richard's voice followed, steady as stone. "This isn't your home. And it never will be." We closed the door. And with that echo, I realized revenge wasn't about destroying her. It was about letting her destroy herself. 1 year later, I walked with Richard through the market, my hand resting on the sonogram tucked safely in my bag. Our future stretched bright and unbroken. Across the street, I saw her bent, weary, dressed in rags instead of jewels, pushing a cart of discounted groceries. Alone. She saw me too, and in her eyes flickered the knowledge of everything lost. I didn't stop. I didn't gloat. Because she already knew. She thought stealing my future would ruin me. But all she stole was her own. Sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't fire or fury. It's living the life they swore you never would, while they fade into the shadows of their own betrayal.